The Civic Theatre's production of Freaky Friday, the musical, is hitting the stage this month, May 17th through 18th at the Embassy Theater. So get ready for a body-swapping musical adventure full of laughs and heart. And joining me today are their two talented lead actors bringing this hilarious and heartfelt story to life, Tegan Dostal and Brittany Osborn. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so excited to talk to you because I absolutely love this movie, right? Mm-hmm. And the fact that it's going to be in live production is just so exciting to Fort Wayne. So kind of start off by sharing a little bit of background about yourself and you as an actor. I'll start with you, Tegan.
I have been doing community theater since I was really little. My first show was when I was in about 3rd grade, and it's my favorite thing to do. Even when I take a break, I'm like, okay, that's long enough after like a week, and I get back into it. Mm-hmm. It's like my favorite thing, and I'm really excited for this one.
Yes, so much so. What about you, Brittany?
I grew up doing Wells Community Theater as a young person, and then did some stage productions at Huntington University, and this is my first Civic production. So super excited to be joining such a high-level community theater experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And in this play, you play mother-daughter.
Yes.
And of course, I mean, who hasn't heard of Freaky Friday?
Right.
But you swap bodies. So give me kind of the premise of the production, Tegan.
Yeah, so we meet a mother and a daughter, and the daughter's kind of telling the story of how she's really excited for this activity that's going around at her school called The Hunt, and she really wants to go, but her mom is planning a wedding, and she's like, you can't go, we have the rehearsal dinner tonight. And they fight, and no one really understands each other, and then they switch bodies using this magic hourglass. And so for the rest of the show, they have to pretend to be each other while trying to figure out how to switch bodies.
Yeah.
And it's really fun.
And Brittany, why do you think this story just relates to everyone who's watching, whether you're, I mean, everyone's a daughter, right? Right. So just that experience and the history really of this movie.
Yeah, so as you have said, you know, this is a classic Disney show. There were 2 films that were created, and actually during my audition, I studied Jamie Lee Curtis's rendition of the mom becoming the daughter because she was just outstanding in it. And so, you know, to your point, the story is timeless because as women, we've all been daughters, and many women go on to be mothers. Yeah. And so just the relatability of the themes is fantastic, and the show is also hilarious. Yeah. So the show like really humorizes the idea of a mom and daughter swapping bodies for a day and like trying to be in each other's shoes. And at the end of the day, like just building so much empathy for the other's experience of life.
Yeah, that's great. And so I want to know what the actual experience was taking on this role. I mean, you were a young lady, a teenager, and you have to play an adult. So how was that? How did you tap into your fellow woman?
Well, you know, since I obviously have never had the experience of being a mother, this was definitely a challenge. I tried to pull from different mothers that I know, but I also tried to study Lindsay Lohan's portrayal of the character. Since it's a Disney show, it is, since it's a comedy, it can be a little stereotypical, so I tried to kind of play into the comedy of that and have fun with it.
Yeah. Okay, and then Brittany, what was it like tapping into your younger self?
Yeah, it was actually like challenging, but also like super healing in a sense, because like so Ellie, the daughter's character, she's kind of a rebel. Yeah. And when I was in high school, I mean, I was so straight-laced. I was a rule follower. And so I do draw on like a high schooler experience, but the fact that like I needed to change like my personality and be like rolling my eyes all the time, and Ellie is just a super angry person, and you find out in the course of the show why she's so angry. So you know, even going back to my high school self, was challenging because the personality of Ellie was so different from my high school self.
Right, yeah. And probably fun too. You get to play a little rebel.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes, and so it's perfect timing too with the newest movie coming out. How exciting is that? And so I want to talk about the experience of working with the Civic Theater. Okay, I know that they put on so many productions a year, and you all put a lot of work, time, dedication into preparing for your role. So give me an idea of when you started to rehearse for this and what that practice has been like.
Well, this is my 6th Civic show, but this is the biggest role that I have played in a Civic show so far. It is it is kind of challenging because I am in high school, and so I have school from 7:15 to 2:30 every day, and then I have a couple hours of a break, and then I go to rehearsal at 7 or 6:30 every night till 10.
Wow.
So in between, I try to split the time between chilling and giving time to myself, but also like practicing and getting work done for school. So I started preparing the second I prepared for the audition and the materials they wanted us to sing and look at for the audition, but then the second that I got offered the role, I started looking at the script and really trying to nail down on the music, especially since there's so much of it.
Right.
And just practice.
Yeah, yeah. And so, Brittany, is this your largest production as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, for sure.
And y'all are singing, which, like she said, is a lot to balance. So what has this practice schedule been like for you, and just really being able to work with the Civic Theater on your first show?
Yeah, the rehearsal schedule has been great because, being a co-lead with Tegan, I just kind of booked out my work schedule to be like, okay, I know for the next 6 weeks, 7 to 10, I am going to be practicing.
Yeah.
And so just kind of understanding, the work-life balance and understanding with my jobs and with life at home, being like, okay, this is a very specific time commitment, but I also know from past productions and even being both a performer and a director myself, how demanding it is.
Yeah.
This has been a very tight-packed rehearsal schedule, and we actually didn't rehearse the show in order. So for a memorizing perspective, I have to go back to the script and even look at my lines in order, because that has proven, I think, a memorization challenge for me. Just the scenes that we rehearsed, it was like shuffling the deck of cards. So it's been awesome. I've loved working with the Civic. It's an outstanding company, and it's been great.
Okay, I love that little behind the scenes of, just what it takes to put on and to perform in such a production as this. So congratulations to you both. I will be there on May 17th to watch, and I'm so excited. I'll be rooting you on from the audience, and such a huge, big stage. Performing at the Embassy Theater is major. Yeah, so congratulations.
Thank you.
And if you would like more information about Freaky Friday, a production put on by the Civic Theater, we'll have their website listed below so you can get your tickets. It's taking place on May 17th and 18th, and I'll see you at the show.